What's good, y'all? Today we finna be reacting to Keith Lee exposed Tenderism white owner. I did see a video on this. It's a pretty big thing going around. I seen Astro Dior's video. I really like Astro Dior and Young Dawn and so Illuminati, of course, because I feel like they can relate to me. Their personalities is a lot like mine. I'm gonna be reacting to way more Young Don shit because this nigga's really smart and he's really informative and he keeps up with what's going on in the latest moments. But let's get into it. I don't got no editor either, bro. So I'm gonna just freestyle this shit.
I just want to see if they tip.
So let's go ahead and talk about this Tenderism debacle. I now know it's actually pronounced Tendernism, so yeah, just bear with me for a little while. But it's Tendernism, not Tenderism. But apparently we have this unk right here, although he's really an elder, who is very popular on TikTok, on Food Talk, because he has just gone viral for showing off how good he is at smoking meat, cooking meat. Let's just take a look real quick. Apparently, some people are doing this man very wrong, though. That's what this video is about, right? They got him on some fucking get out type shit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga is trapped. And he has some colonizers, right, that are exploiting him, right? They're exploiting him. He's not being properly compensated. These are the things that people are saying. Is that true? We will find out. But first, just in case you're not familiar, here is a sample. Here's a sample of what made this man famous.
Y'all think we was playing though? See this brisket here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if it,
wow, that shit falling right off the bone.
I want to make sure y'all see the clarity on it.
Oh God.
Look. I told you.
Yeah. Now, if you gonna get heart disease, that's the way to do it. Yeah. No, for sure.
I just want to see if they tip.
Goodness gracious. That's that oxtail right there.
Let me think.
Oh God. Yeah, that oxtail is falling right off the bone. I love oxtail. Possibly my favorite kind of meat to consume. God, oxtail. Cooked Jamaican style, preferably. That's some good shit right there, man. 6 million likes on this. Posted November 2025. 6 million likes. How many views is that? I don't fucking know. But it's a lot. 13,000, almost 14,000.
Damn, this nigga viral.
So this man, of course,
viral.
He goes viral on the internet. He's got it all. Clearly, he is a master at his craft in regards to smoking meat, slow cooking meat, getting it to be incredibly tender, moist, succulent, juicy. But he also has this personality that makes it entertaining. Right? He's like your grandpa that is just really good at barbecuing. You know what I'm saying? At smoking meat. And so the internet fell in love with him. Well, fast forward to not too long ago, enter Keith Lee. This guy, very famous. He's a food reviewer, a food critic. He finally goes to this restaurant where the Tenderism guru, fucking the Yoda nigga that be, cooking this meat. He goes there to finally review this restaurant, and well, let's just take a listen and see how it went.
Me and my family are currently in Marietta, California, and this, in my opinion, is the most anticipated video I've ever done. In my hand is food from Destination Smokehouse, with the Tenderism. My whole mission today to see, in my opinion, is the food actually Tenderism, or do I just love watching Unk? Let's find out together. I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 through 10. We spent $129.77. That barbecue sauce is sweet, and I think exactly that's what it needs. Again, a little more salt would take this a long way, but as is, I'm at a 7.5 out of 10. This might be the Tenderisms that we were talking about.
I'm not a big brisket guy, I'm not brisket to me is like, it's cool, but I'm not a big brisket guy. It takes a lot to impress me with brisket.
I've only had it a few times. The only times I've had brisket is at sports banquets, like at football banquets or some shit. That's the only time. Niggas don't eat that shit that much.
Just oxtail.
Oxtail though? Yeah, that's my shit. Okay, so the oxtail's falling off the bone.
It's tender now. Not as tender. It's just the meat.
Now, oxtail is usually tender though, so that's not very surprising.
Where's that?
Now, if I had glasses, I'm throwing the glasses on the floor. That is delicious. Fantastic, man. Actually, tender, juicy, peppery, smoky, salty. That might be the best oxtail I've ever had.
Nice.
It's top 3 and it ain't 3. I'm supposed to be tasting.
So he goes on to do the
That
full
shit does
review,
look good.
and all in all,
that shit does look good. Whenever I see the videos online and shit, that shit does look good. I won't lie. I want to try it bad, but I'm too broke.
he gives it a pretty
Because I live in Vancouver. I'm not going to,
good score. He enjoyed the service, he enjoyed the food, but this leads us to where the controversy actually starts.
For me, the standout is absolutely the oxtail. But past the oxtail, the standout is Unk. Not only in my opinion is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that, to show your true personality, to be yourself, no matter how fast things take off in the space. I don't think he intended for it to go the way it's going.
All right, so he says we went in to have a conversation with Unk to leave him a $5,000 tip. Plus leave $1,000 to pay for it.
Nigga, 5,000 would change my fucking life right now. 5,000 would change my life. Nigga, I got $30 right now. No cap.
Anybody in line? Wow.
No cap. No jokes.
I think he just wants to show his love of food and his love of what it is that he's doing. I'm personally taking $5,000 out of my own bank, and we going to say happy holidays to Unk. So, update. We could not get to Unk. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash, or $4,000 in cash that we was gonna give him a hand. They didn't take it, so we're not only gonna take this money and feed some people, but we just gonna do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community. And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
So this is where things start to go bad. Keith wants to go and give him this incredibly generous tip, but they're being told, no, he's busy. He has a podcast to film. So why Keith Lee not being able to give Unk his tip, his $5,000 tip, caused such a problem is because people realized that Unk is not an owner. He's an employee. See, a lot of people have been going to this restaurant. This restaurant, by the way, incredibly popular. It's gone super viral online, and it's all thanks to Unk and his viral videos. And so a lot of people, especially black people, have been supporting this business, have been traveling to go and eat here because they thought they were supporting a black-owned business, and they thought they were, supporting the man that they became enamored with on social media. So why the internet became so mad is because you have this white man who is benefiting from the talent of this black man in so many ways, not only in his cooking skills, but also in his marketing skills, in his ability to captivate and grow an audience online with his personality. Mm-hmm. He then stops him from getting blessed with this $5,000. And all of his success, or much of his success, is thanks to him. And so it just feels like, he's being taken advantage of. And people are furious about it. And so as a result of this backlash, they sat down and decided to respond to the situation. And here's what was said.
If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done. But ever since I reached out to him, I've gotten zero response. I thought I was very respectful. From what I've watched from the review, it just didn't seem like he really captured what it's like when you come to this place. It's just disappointing that as popular as people can be on social media, people don't know everybody. Sorry, brother.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, look here.
So he essentially just said, oh shit, if I knew Keith Lee, this was Keith Lee, I would have stopped the show and given him an even better experience, right? But this is what makes Keith Lee's reviews.
No cap, that is what makes Keith Lee reviews the best, bro. This nigga does not lie. He does not bullshit to niggas, bro. Cause it's like, bro, how the fuck are you gonna be, capturing niggas to come into the business and you're not even gonna be there? It's just weird to me. I don't know. I think it's a little weird. It's a little off.
Is the fact that he's not going to necessarily allow you to put your fucking best effort into the plate. He wants to give the audience a review, a realistic review. What would you likely experience if you were to come here, right? And so, yeah, this is not helping your case. But okay, now we're gonna hear Unk speak.
That's what we need to do in this podcast. He's sitting here with us. Then that way we can clear all this stuff up. Like I am, in a sense, a little older than you. A little bit, not much now. And so, you know, hey, I want to get it in over. Let don't be candy coated. Let's just sit down, gentleman conversation, you know, drink some Kool-Aid and something together, and we eat some of these oxtails.
So clearly, Unc is disappointed he didn't get his $5,000. That's one. Two, he wants Keith Lee to come back and sit down and do the podcast together and eat oxtail and drink Kool-Aid. And, you know, what is obvious to me just from this is Unc is being taken advantage of. It's just a situation where he does not comprehend how valuable he is to this entire enterprise. He doesn't get it. And so in that way, this guy is taking advantage of Unc because he knows precisely how valuable he is. So now let's take a look.
See, at first, I'm not going to lie. At first, I didn't really think it was a big deal. I thought it was kind of like a working relationship. It's like if you provide a nigga with a job and you provide a nigga with steady income and he starts making videos and shit, you know, it's not really your fault that the shit blows up and now you're the owner of the business and shit type. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really your fault, bro. But that's why I like this nigga Don, bro, because he digs deep, bro. He really taps into the shit that he talks about. So it's like, he has a point.
Listen to some of the reactions that people had to this response.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of Calvin Candy and Steven at that Tendernism restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Because I know they didn't get on here and check Keith Lee. After Keith Lee gave them an honest review and tried to tip Steven that $4,000 and leave $1,000 for customers. Now, I like Unc. He made that business a lot of money. He put that business on the map.
For
but
sure.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Unc don't want to be saved.
Oh, yeah.
Unc do not want to be saved. He used to where he at. He like where he at. I feel like that man has been being used. He gonna continue to be used. And he like to be used. You can't lead a horse to the water and make him drink. That man don't want to leave that restaurant. He done put in too much time. He done put in too much effort. And one thing for certain, that owner knows that. But for them not to let that man get that $4,000 tip, that should tell y'all everything y'all need to know about how Calvin run that restaurant. You get what I'm saying? Let's just keep it a buck, bruh. They don't want to see that man prosper. They want him right where he at, man. And if you ask me, Unc Tendernism, he like that shit. So
yeah, I actually completely agree. You know, Unc, look at how old he is. He's from a time where he's from a different time, man. He's from a different time, and he clearly seems like a simple man. And I think he's just happy to be a part of something that is successful. He probably gets paid decent. I would wager, though, that he probably doesn't make like 6 figures a year. But, you know what I'm saying? He pays all his bills, and he probably bought his house in the fucking 70s or the 80s. And so he's probably doing
content.
all right for himself. But Unc probably couldn't run a successful restaurant, not by himself. He couldn't be the captain behind the ship. He is.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm not going to lie, not to cut my nigga Don off, but that's exactly what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga does all the paperwork, all the shit behind the scenes, and all I'm gonna do is just post a video, you know, and do his shit, and everything runs smoothly. So I just thought, you know, it's a working relationship, like I said.
Somebody who needed to be plugged into a system where they could better use his talents. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of people who are like that, who they are better off being managed by somebody else, where their talents would just go to waste if they had to be the person in charge. That's perfectly fine. But I think this brother makes a really good point about the fact that what's fucked up is how Candy, right? the white owner, how he prevented Unc from getting his cheese, you know what I'm saying, getting his money.
A moment has passed with Keith Lee going back to Tendernism. That moment is done for. Not only did the owner come off ungrateful with his response, he just got Tendernism sitting there looking like he don't know up from down and left from right. Please stop saying tenderism. It's Tendernism with the N. Tendernism. The fact that the owner even had the audacity to have a response.
Tendernism. Got it.
On's video talking about, oh, if we would have known, we would have made sure everything was right. That's the whole point. That's the Keith Lee effect, to go into restaurants and not get treated no type of way and see if the food really is what the food.
It really is though, bro. Like, it really is though. Like, that's why anytime this nigga posts a video, if he does a video in Vancouver, Canada, nigga, I'm tapping into that restaurant, bro. Immediately. If that shit ain't fucking more than $30.
It's supposed to be or not.
Right.
Then to say, oh, he had the food and that's not really what it's about. I just really am disappointed in that. You're disappointed that your food is plain. That's what you're disappointed in? That you didn't have the prep time to prep it correctly for an influencer? That's what you're disappointed in, because he gave an honest review with the food that he got. It's just such a bad look when these business owners come back with a rebuttal video, not being grateful for the business that Keith is bringing to your establishment anyway, not being grateful for all the things he did outside of your establishment to all of your customers, not expressing your gratitude that he paid for people to come eat at your establishment. No, not that. You had the nerve to say that you're disappointed? Come on now. And you try to flip it like, oh, well, let's have you on the podcast and sit down and clear things up. Clear what up? He came, tried the food. The food was basic. He left money not only to your business, but to the patrons coming to eat at your business. And you couldn't even take the time to express gratitude for that? I would never step foot back in there, ever.
I don't know. It's something about Mr. Tenderism in the owner video, bro. It ain't sitting well with me. And I know a lot of y'all was saying, like, everybody don't want to be an owner and own their own place. And, like, everybody can't. And might not want to. That might not be his desire. Like, I'm cool with him just doing what he do with the, barbecue. But it just seemed like the owner is like, dang, we missed the opportunity for him to game, not more so And just seeing like, just sitting there like, dang, I had a chance to get $4,000 tip. Like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. It some look off of that video, bro. And to be honest, I saw the owner's response before I even seen Keith Lee's review, and I'm thinking, dang, Keith usually respectful. Like, what did he say? And then I go watch Keith Lee video, and I'm like, dang, like the way the owner responded was like, Keith said something disrespectful, because at the end of his response, he was like, well, I thought I was being respectful. I'm like, I don't know. It ain't sitting well with my spirit,
So people are upset for multiple reasons. People are upset because they felt deceived. They thought that Unc was at the very least part owner of the restaurant. That turned out to not be the case, allegedly, right? Secondly, people thought that the owner, his response to Keith's review was just not satisfactory. He seemed almost as if he was upset, as if Keith did him some kind of a disservice by not coordinating with him and making sure that everything was perfect and right, even though Keith gave him what was still a pretty positive review. And yeah, I'm saying, black people, they're not gonna like it if you just
niggas ain't gonna like that
talking shit about Keith Lee for no reason. He's a very unproblematic person, and he really did still bless your restaurant.
Nigga, I don't like that shit.
And then secondly, they are upset, or thirdly, they're upset about the fact that it seems like Unc is being taken advantage of, and he's not getting his $4,000 tip. And so that response didn't go over well, so they made another response. My question is, if he is not an owner, why is he in any of these videos? Why is he in any of these response videos? You're the owner. You're taking home all of the profit. You're reaping all the benefit.
Oh my gosh, I never even thought about that. That's a good ass point. Because if you wanted to be genuine, you would move this nigga and just, do the video by yourself and just tell niggas how the shit was. You wouldn't do all this extra shit, bringing the nigga on and getting his opinion in there. Because we love the nigga, bro.
Viral videos. He's just an employee, right? You prevented him from going and getting his tip when Keith wanted to give him a very significant tip. Why is he in these videos? That I don't understand. And so this is the shit I think that's really rubbing people the wrong way.
This my partner, Nick. You my brother. You my ex-bone tone. We gonna keep it that way. Hey, we don't need no hate. Look, don't hate on him. Don't hate on that. We trying to take it.
I can take it.
See, it just look forced, nigga. It just look forced. It looks forced, nigga. To me, it looks forced. I don't know.
Hey, look. Yeah. Hey, if y'all want to help something, send some good comments. Come down to destination. It's in the southern part of California, City Be Very Epic. I'm talking about destination one in the nation. Then you'll understand.
Right. And this is, and then there's this picture of him hugging on him
It looks forced, nigga. You cannot do shit like that. You gotta do it genuinely, bro. This shit look forced. It looks like they trying to do a publicity cleanup, my nigga. It don't look genuine at all.
Like, it's definitely giving a lot of Django vibes. We'll be honest. We'll be honest.
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me that Mr. Tendernism don't own the restaurant that has gone viral because of the meat falls off of the bone?
Boy, look here. This is Tendernism at its best.
And that this man is the owner? So this whole time, we thought Unc was the one who was getting the profits, the benefits, the financial rewards, but yet it's the owner. Unc ain't nothing but the mascot.
Yeah.
Unc ain't nothing but the face of the restaurant.
Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, all over again.
Unc got the secret recipe. Now that Keith Lee exposed them in an indirect way, because God works in mysterious ways. Let me tell you what happened in case you missed it for the people in the back. Keith Lee, the famous food reviewer, went to the restaurant to try the food for the first time and to also leave Unc a $4,000 tip. But Mr. Tendernism was busy and security said no. I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life. And then after the fact, the owner found out what happened. And then he made a video.
If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done. But ever since I reached out to him, I've gotten zero response.
That video looked like a hostage situation.
We thought he was a regular.
Thank you. We need a different cut nigga in here to say some shit, because it's like, it feels like we pressing them niggas, but it's not even like that. It's not like that, bro.
Customer, so we treated him like a bag of dope.
It just looks weird. It just looks weird, bro. It looks forced.
And that's how all of this came to the light. So now we have learned that Unc ain't nothing but the cook. We at least thought that he was a partner.
I hope and I pray that he's getting compensated handsomely.
How much is Unc making? Did Unc at least get a $25,000 bonus for all the money that has come into this restaurant? So let me explain why people are upset and this story is going viral. It's because this is way too familiar to people like us, where we don't get the credit, but we doing all the work in the back. And so now, effective immediately, this restaurant is canceled. The 15 minutes of fame is over, baby. Because now we all know the truth. Who's really banking from this restaurant. And it ain't Mr. Tendernism.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, she, wow, very eloquently.
Facts.
Succinctly explained the entire situation. I only wanted, I thought we were just going to get a little bit of her take in the beginning, but she just really summarized the whole situation. So in case you still didn't get it, I'm sure now you got it. Now, the last thing, the cherry on top of this entire situation that has people really pissed off is the fact that apparently the owner went ahead and trademarked the term tendernism, bro. Tendernism, a term that was at the very least popularized, but more than likely invented by Unc in these videos. Nobody was saying tendernism before this guy. Now you got all kinds of people making TikToks talking about tendernism and shit falling apart. White people, Hispanic people, all kinds of people, all because of this man right here. And what happens? The term gets trademarked by the owner of this restaurant.
Oh no! Oh, no! Hey, that ain't even. Hey, I'm not even trying to be extra, bro. That's just crazy. I'm 21 minutes in, bro. I'm locked into this shit. That's extra, bro. That's crazy. This nigga trademarked it for himself. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
And
that's crazy.
100 years from now, you know how it's going to be remembered?
That's crazy.
You will be remembered as the white man making up the term.
People thought the worst part was that Unc wasn't the restaurant owner. It wasn't. The real outrage is that the term tendernism was trademarked by the restaurant owner. What we are witnessing is an old black man being used as a mascot for another man, white man's restaurant. And let's be honest, after seeing all those viral videos of the meat falling off the bone, anybody would want to try it. It was tendernism that made this restaurant explode online. People come to see him. Keith Lee came to see him. The viral fame, the business, the buzz that came from Unc, not the owner.
So somebody mentioned that on Instagram, they were like, oh, and I heard that there was a trademark put in for tenderism. And I was like, child, it can't be. Now, it's the trademark is tenderism. The area that this would cover would be games, toys, sporting goods, clothing, and then like the primary class would be clothing, footwear, and headgear, which makes a lot of fucking sense for it to be on hats that Unks would be one to wear, you know, for barbecue season.
Right. Yeah. So you see the play. White man takes Unk's term that he made up, that he popularized, put it on a fucking hat. Unk has to wear it in videos. And guess who gets to keep on the profits? At least that's how it's shaping up. So here's the thing. I'm definitely never going to this fucking restaurant, that's for sure. But if this...
I ain't gonna lie, I might still try it because, you know, this shit look good.
man really wants to fix this whole situation, we need to see transparency that Unk is getting a slice of the pie, bro. I ain't even saying it got to be 50-50. But we need to see that Unk, he's not just going... You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine this restaurant becomes this huge chain, right? It starts with this one restaurant. You know how these people think. Eventually, it's a whole fucking chain. And then Unk's children, Unk's grandchildren, they will have nothing to show for it. Nothing. All they'll be able to say is, you see this restaurant, this smokehouse? You know, my granddaddy, he the one that really made this shit pop. And he ain't got nothing to show for it. You see how evil that is? So that's the situation, man. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, this nigga's very informative. Because I didn't even know the nigga trademarked this shit at all. I didn't know. That's the big... Honestly, I'm going to be real. Finding out the nigga owns the shit, like, you know, other than Unk, is crazy. That's probably the craziest part. But this is damn near, like, this is tied with it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because that's crazy. To trademark some shit you didn't even create is crazy.
Section down
it's
below.
Crazy.
Thank you for watching, and until next
this shit
time,
over with.
Peace
But
out.
anyways, y'all niggas like and subscribe. And, you know, I just got started. Nigga, I've been lacking. I'm lazy, nigga. I don't got an editor. I don't like editing this shit at all. So subscribe to me, like the video so my shit can get boosted and get posted on the feed so niggas can tap in my shit, because I really like doing this shit. I like doing this shit, bro. No cap. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.